Good evening, my name is Maureen Butler, this is Rosalind Court, and this evening we have it's going to be wonderful. It's a shame you lot at home aren't going to be here for the second half, because it's going to be glorious. We've got James Kerry, Tom Kitching and Danny Tonks here. Way! And it's rather wonderful because almost exactly a year ago they stayed here at Rosalind Court while they were recording their CD Source, which is what they're bringing out this evening. So that's wonderful. We've got a floor singer, Bob Kenwood, which is going to be rather wonderful in a minute. But before that, I just need to tell you that everybody in the room, you're all entered in for a raffle. Everybody at home, yeah, you want to be entered for the raffle too. So if you join in the chat, or if you make a donation to the making of this marvellous evening, then you will be put into the raffle. And what will you win? You will win a CD of this lot. And second prize is, of course, the Who Gives a Crap toilet roll. Yeah. If you're in the room and you want to swap your toilet roll for the CD, could you do it quietly and don't make the singers cry? Okay. So, first up, we've got our floor spot, which is Bob Kenwood. Now, Bob played here. He was our second ever live stream here, and we were still learning. Everybody in the street was using the internet, and the internet completely failed. It's the only time it's ever really happened. It was really awful. And they're coming back, him and Steve Morahan are coming back on September the 14th. December, no, not September. December the 14th. So make sure you're here for them, because it's going to be great, okay? So please, welcome to the stage, Bob Kenwood. Yay!
Thank you, Morag. Might just have to go up a tad. There we go. How about that? Yeah, we're looking forward to coming back again. We promise we'll get it right this time. This is a song about trains in the middle of Kent. If you want to join in, you can. If you find that you haven't picked up the chorus, don't worry about it, because if you sing the words to Pinball Wizard, they fit just as well. Paddock Wood to Hawkers by way of Horseman Dan, pulling through the hop yards, pushing back again. Ramblers for Cranbrook, wagons for Chun Lane, you'll never see the like of the old country train. You want to make steam noises anywhere, that'd be ideal. Wonderful. All that shunting at Paddock Wood. Driver up the car end, sitting at his ease. Fireman on the engine, doing as he please. By Wealdon woods and orchards, all the seasons through, we work the line by pull and push on duty 312. Paddock Wood. Paddock Wood to Hawkers by way of Horseman Dan, pulling through the hop yards, pushing back again. Ramblers for Cranbrook, wagons for Chun Lane, we'll never see the like of the old country train. We'd a Chatham tank from Tunbridge, 1704, and a two-set off the Brighton line, seen better years before. Never had a guard, just a crate or two of fruit, and a couple or three passengers, all in their market suits. Paddock Wood to Hawkers by way of Horseman Dan, pulling through the hop yards, pushing back again. Ramblers for Cranbrook, wagons for Chun Lane, we'll never see the like of the old country train. September brought the hoppers, we watched them all go past. Copper tops and converts, waiting fit to bust. Hammering through Cowdhurst, charging Badger's Oak, by the roughest of the old stock they could find up in the smoke. Paddock Wood to Hawkers by way of Horseman Dan, pulling through the hop yards, pushing back again. Ramblers for Cranbrook, wagons for Chun Lane, will never see the light of the old country train. Now there's a verse where I'm going to play the harmonica. You haven't got a harmonica, but make train noises all the way through. Now you see, you've all showed your age there because you went choo-choo and not grr, diesel and electric noises. But a Crompton is a diesel. I've taken now to Crompton from the yard at Hither Green. Come home off the Dover Run, me working clail so clean. But give me back the rails and that old Chatham tank. I'd be back on steam tomorrow, charging Cranbrook Bank. Paddock Wood to Hawkers by way of Horseman Den, pulling through the hop yards, pushing back again. Ramblers for Cranbrook, wagons for Chun Lane, will never see the light of the old country train. Disappearing into the distance, make appropriate noises. There you go.
Brilliant. Thank you, Bob. I knew it would be a song about trains. Now, we're going to have a great time now. It's going to be really, really good. We have James Kerry, Tom Kitching and Danny Tonks coming onto the stage. But first, it's going to be Danny Tonks.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, brilliant. That's good. It's appropriate because he's actually on the stage, so that makes it so much easier. So, please, these three, they are so incredibly talented, it makes you a little bit sick. They were at Broadstairs this year, and everywhere they went, people just loved what they were doing. And when this guy starts to play his guitar, your jaw will drop onto your knee. I can guarantee. So, everybody, welcome onto the stage, please. Danny Tonks.
Well, hello there, you beautiful people. Lots of smiley, happy faces. That's what I want. I love it. So, yes, it's been a pleasure to 1 year ago to be here and be in the presence of this wonderful, wonderful lady. She's so accommodating when you come here. You know, looks after you, long chats about lovely things. I love this place, and I love what it means and what it stands for, and we all need to support it, you know. This kind of thing needs to stay within the community because it's just priceless. You don't get things like this very often. So yeah, my name's Danny Tonks. I live in Dartford and have done for 30 years. It's a place where you probably know a tunnel. That's about it, you know. There's not really much there. There is some beautiful places, but you most likely have experienced getting quite a few fines going through that tunnel. I'm a very, very weird guitarist, as a little heads up. I'll explain more as we go along. I've lived, as I said, in Dartford for 30 years and met so many wonderful, fascinating people. And the album that I'm going to be recording in the studio, which we also recorded James's Source album at, which is Olby's. It's about a 10-minute walk from here. Stunning, stunning studio. And in December, I'm going to get a few dates together and record my album. And it's all about my life experiences of those lovely people that I met. So I skateboarded a lot and hurt myself way too often and had to give it up. But this song is about my skateboarding adventures around the Orchard Theatre in Dartford. It has a lot of cheesy pantomimes. I think Phil Mitchell from EastEnders was once the genie from Aladdin, and that made me giggle. It was just the best thing ever. But this is called Orchards, and I hope you really, really enjoy. Thank you very much. So, what to say about that, really? As you probably noticed, I'm a bit unusual for most people. I love instrumental music, and I specifically love resonance. So, my guitar is a bit of a taped together kind of beast. These things that I've added very recently, I'll show you a very quick example, but they will not be in tune. So very soon, I'm going to be incorporating something known as detuning within my work. I have no idea what I'm doing. I want to make that very clear at first, because they're a very, very brand new toy. But just to give an example of what you normally do on the guitar, normally you'd keep your finger on it, and then take it off, and it changes the note. Well, these can go... and I'm trying to incorporate them whilst I'm playing. It is a bit of a challenge, but I'm always up for a challenge, especially in this kind of style. So keep an eye out for me, you know. In the next year, I'm going to be making some music which I'm so proud of, and I already have made quite a few tunes which are going to be recorded, as I said, in December. So once again, keep an eye out for me, you know. I'm so looking forward to next year and the possibilities of what it all brings. But one thing I will say, if you want to learn this guitar and this kind of style, don't... You know, you end up knowing about 30 different tunings, and you have to tune in between every single song, which is what I'm about to do now. My guitar also has very big strings on it, so for any stringed instrument players in this room and for anyone on the live stream, hello, by the way, Mum. My mum was going to make it today, but sadly she caught COVID, which is it's just a typical thing, but love you. It's lovely to see you. So yeah, this high string is an 18 gauge, and this is a 68. So this one is it is literally the first string on a bass guitar. But as you can hear, the resonance, I don't know how well this would come across within the live stream, but within the room, the resonance is insane. So that's with it plugged in, and this is with it off. For anyone in the room, it's just a very, very loud, very, very beautiful resonating guitar. So this is going to be, I'm going to show you 3 more songs. I'm going to get through them quite quickly, and then we'll get Sauce Up with James Kerry and Tom Kitchen, which I'm super proud of. It's amazing. I love that album so much. But this is going to be from one of my biggest inspirations, which is John Gomm. If anyone's heard of him, he's a wizard. I wouldn't really call him a guitarist. He's more of an artist in its sole purpose. You know, he's just absolutely incredible. This has a bit of a sad undertone, but I really always feel I need to let you know this before I play it, because that's the reason as to why it touches me so much. So sadly, his wife, just after lockdown, I think it was at the end of it, suffered from a miscarriage. And this song was written based around the grief of grieving for someone that you've never met before. And my arm, the first time I heard it, all the hairs went up, and it was just this piece that was so powerful to me, you know. I mean, I hope I never go through something like that, but I do know people who have, and that's probably why it affected me so much. So this is called The Ghost Inside Me. It shows you a lot of the kind of techniques that wonderful man, taught me. I managed to meet him a little while ago, and got a little signature from him and had a lovely chat, and he's a humble man. He's so lovely. So I really hope you enjoy this. It's called The Ghost Inside Me. I love this tuning. Thank you very much. Just going to unplug it, my friend. Yeah. So, yeah, you have to get yourself in a very, very specific headspace to play his music, I feel. If you don't really fully get that. Does that make sense? Because his music is so entwined with his emotion. It's just beautiful. It's just stunning. So this guitar is my baby. I've had it for a very long time. As I said, I've taped it together. These things are kind of a bit dodgy and a bit awful, but I absolutely love this thing, you know, because it's just a standard Taylor. I mean, this is £750 about 5 years ago, so it's not a particularly expensive guitar. But the pickup system is amazing. I'm sure over the live stream as well that you can hear that all of these taps and slaps that I'm doing, the percussive stuff, that's just the standard pickup system on a Taylor. So it picks it up so incredibly well, and you get a lot of body sound. And hence why this has got big, big strings on it, and I love the bloody hell out of it. It's amazing. But this new guitar that I have just acquired from my friend Zara's dad, who I will thank so much for letting me borrow it over this tour, this is £300. And it's kind of a testament as to how amazing budget guitars are nowadays. You know, I'm talking maybe even 15 years ago, if you were to spend £300 on the guitar might be nice, but the pickups will be bad. Or the pickups will be lovely, but the guitar will be built like absolute crap. And the guitar, the strings would be like this far off the fretboard, and you have to use a foot to push it down, and it was just a real pain in the bum to play these really cheap guitars. But this one sounds beautiful, you know. It's just absolutely stunning piece of wood, you know. It's beautiful. So, I normally play a song right now by a guy called Andy McKee and Drifting. That song is the reason as to why I am here. But over the last 3 days of this tour, I've decided to play you a different song because I feel like the inflection of this tune to me is so much more important because this is where I learnt my finger style specifically, you know, that kind of style. So Drifting by Andy McKee, please go and check it out. It's a shame, it feels very weird for me to not play it because, as I said, that's the reason as to why I'm standing in front of you. But please check it out. It's just a beautiful, beautiful song that's simplistic in its design but has so many little techniques. And this is where Andy McKee, this tune that I'm going to play for you now, really shines because he's a finger-picking artist, you know. He doesn't do too much of this kind of stuff anymore. He goes straight to the idea of finger-picking and just a man and his guitar. So I suppose that's why I love him, because I have no pedals, no nothing. Everything you're hearing is just me and my fingertips and my very, very long thumbnail. That's about it, you know. So this song is called Reelin'. It's just a beautiful, beautiful harmonic piece of art that I adore. So I hope you really enjoy this one. Thank you very much. So I have one more, and then we're going to get James Kerry and Tom Kitchen up with me, of all people. My God, beautiful. So this very brief description of that tuning, because I'm sure there's a few people who are kind of interested in some weird way, because I, as I said, have 30 tunings in my head, and I love every single one of them. So this one, I always say this, it's one thing to learn someone else's tune. It's another thing to write the bloody thing. It's incredible. So this guy got a banjo capo, and he chucked it on the 5th fret, which leaves these 2 high strings open. And then he decided, as the nutter that he is, Mr. Andy McKee, that he would put, for anyone who's once again a stringed instrument player, your A string, as it comes with the name, is normally an A. And normally if you go in different alternate tunings or open tunings, you would lower it. This one goes up 3 steps. So as I was saying to everyone in this room when I was tuning it, you kind of do this, and you just hope that it doesn't snap you in the face. It has happened once or twice, I will say that, you know. But there you get this wonderful unresolved sound. You know, so the only difference here is that it's dadgad with a C on the top. And it's a beautiful, beautiful sound. And also because of that banjo capo, it enables you to play behind the capo. So you get all these really incredible capabilities when it comes to the high notes. So that's Andy McKee for you. And once again, check him out. I'm very aware at the moment that I'm playing a lot of other people's stuff. I'm all super, super aware of that, but do not worry, my stuff is coming, I promise you, you know. I'm kind of a perfectionist when it comes to my work, so I don't want to release it until it's something that I'm really, really proud of, you know. And that ultra tune at first is something that I really think is on a top level. I adore it. It's just so many harmonies and resonance, and every time I play it, I just lose myself within the guitar, and that's kind of the point of the art, you know. You lose yourself in what you do, and that's why I absolutely adore this style of guitar. I will leave you with this one. Thank you so much to everyone on the live stream for coming to share this moment with me in your living room, I hope, with a cup of tea in your hand. That's the best way of doing it. I'm personally more of a coffee kind of guy. I'm kind of addicted to this stuff. I think it's delicious. So my name is Danny Tonks once again. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook and all that kind of stuff. I don't really like social media. I think it's kind of a necessary evil in some ways. But please, please do follow me. Loads of posts are going to come out next year, and my album will be ready by then, I absolutely assure you. I'm going to leave you with this cover, once again, by a guy called John Gom. It's a Shaka Khan cover, and Ain't Nobody, if anyone knows the tune. One of the most incredible pop tunes I would imagine to ever be released. It's just so much there. And her voice, wow. You know, absolutely incredible voice and a fantastic performer. But then John Gom changed it up, screwed it up, and made it into this very, very interesting arrangement, which I'll play for you now. Once again, thank you for coming. Thank you for supporting live music, and I'll see you very, very soon. Thank you very much. I'll see you soon.
So now we have on the stage Tom Kitching here and James Kerry. While they're tuning up, could I just speak to the people at home, please, for a minute? People at home, enjoying your cups of tea or your various illnesses that you have, you poor things. If you are in a position where you could possibly help us fund this, that would be brilliant. If you could send us a small donation. And what on earth would you like to send us this evening? Well, we thought around about a £5 would be nice if you can. And what can you buy on an evening like tonight for a £5? A packet of sparklers, yeah. So if you send us the equivalent of a packet of sparklers this evening, that would be really, really lovely. Using the running thing underneath where I am. Yeah, that would be brilliant. Thank you very much. And if you can't, enjoy the music anyway. We'd like you to just enjoy it. Thank you. So, are you ready?
I was born
Got
ready.
one more guitar, I hate to say.
Okay.
Oh, but Danny wasn't.
What about asking, if I ask you, people in the room are very lucky because they can buy books and CDs and all sorts of things over here during the break and afterwards. What about the people at home? How can they get your CD? How can they get Source? Well, I know they can get that at Sainsbury's, but how can they get your CD Source?
I'd go to jameskerry.bandcamp.com.
Excellent. Okay, there you go. No excuse. Thank you. Come on. Open.
Just waiting on Danny. What I always say is, the time I've known Danny about 10 years, I've spent about 5 years looking for him. I've spent about 3 years waiting for him to tune, and I think the other 2 he was sleeping.
Are they not the 3 best things in life? I'd add a 4th one. I love to eat food. It's
Tuning.
delicious.
Are we there?
Yeah, there. Let's hope I have a guitar pick. I do.
Danny always likes to prepare in advance. Swapped over last time.
6, yeah. 6, yeah. Sorry. Sorting guitar. How close am I?
Close.
Am I in?
You're in.
Hey, look at that. Spoiling myself right. All good, my man.
Blimey.
Got the right first chord slide.
Yeah, that was fun, wasn't it? Ready?
Absolutely.
going to play you a tune what I wrote now. This started off life as 2 tunes. I wrote them both in about 2018, and to be honest, I thought they were both crap. So we came to recording this almost exactly a year ago today, and we were looking for some material, so we thought, well, I thought, I've got these 2 rubbish tunes that I wrote a little while ago. But then it occurred to me, or us, that actually only half of each of the tunes was rubbish.
So we did the sensible thing and broke them in half.
Yeah.
And here are the 2 rubbish halves.
So this used to be 2 tunes, one called The Goat of Dunsdale. No, that's wrong. One called The Goat on the Hill and one called The Dunsdale Polka, but now this is The Goat of Dunsdale. Well, it will be when Danny's finished tuning.
I told you, don't learn this style of guitar. It's a real pain in the arse.
In the meantime, can we have a massive round of applause for Bob Kenwood for that amazing song at the beginning?
I am absolutely there.
Got a train out of Paddock Wood this morning.
So for anyone wondering, I can see you're all wondering. You've all got that wondering face on.
Which of the many weird things about us is this going to be?
Well, this is a new anecdote, Tom. You'll be
Day 9 of the tour and he's got a new one.
I know. So Dunsdale was the name of the, I'm going to say estate. I've been drinking too much, Tom. Estate that my mother grew up on. I thought I'd drop that in because she's here tonight. Another nice thing about this tour, talking of stout, is that everywhere we've been, there's been some amazing local beer, and this hasn't let us down either. But I have to watch what I say about that because my mum is also convinced that I am an alcoholic.
It's good for these guys because I don't drink. So they're like, do you want a drink? And I'm like, yeah, just get a beer. And they give it to either one of them. It's kind of glorious, really.
We're going to play you a tune now called the Staffordshire Hornpipe.
But when's the new anecdote coming, James?
Watch this space.
Oh, well, that's it. Oh, well, TV.
I love that tune. It's a real chuggy tune, especially for me, you know, I'm doing this for the whole time. It's just like this lovely rhythmic percussive. Ooh, yes, gets me. I love it.
We're going to play you a Canadian tune now, written by an amazing fiddle maker and player and composer called Otis Thomas. It's called New Land.
Raffle time.
Another one?
Thank you. Oh, brilliant. Rachel Crowther, you've won the CD, which is fantastic. And Bob, you've won the toilet roll. You lucky man. Ta-da!
I shall use it and think of you.
Thank you. Thank you. Wow. I can't not unthink that now. Can we have one more song, tune from you, please?
That's
course
good.
we can,
That's the
of
number we
course.
were planning.
Excellent. It's almost as though we'd thought of it.
Congratulations to Bob. I think that's the best present, just a roll of toilet paper.
I once won the folk club raffle, folk club on the north coast of Aberdeenshire, and I won 2 tickets to next week.
We're going to play you some old classics now.
And then what are we going to do? We're going to have a break and open the
Oh.
merchandising store, where you can buy copies of Source and lots of other things, and visit our pumpkins, which we'll tell you about in a bit. And I've got stuff as well, but I wouldn't buy that yet because I'm going to perform some of it early in the second half. So it can just be a mystery for now.
He's a great salesman.
I don't know. Can we just please thank Danny Tonks, James Kerry, and Tom Kitching for being fantastic.
Thank you.
Also, Bob Kenwood for his floor song. Yep. And Andrew, Roger, John, Phil, Chris stoking the fire in the garden, Lizzie in Galashiels posting away on Facebook, and in her pinny at the bar, Una! Who unusually didn't win the raffle this evening. Yeah, it's just, yeah, it has to happen sometimes, doesn't it?
Can I just very briefly as well? Thank you. Can we have a round of applause for Morag? Because she's such a beautiful and wonderful person. She really
I
is.
haven't done anything.
Thank you.
Haven't done anything. Now, next week, we have Sam Baxter, who is amazing. I met him in Sheffield at a conference at Sheffield, and I was chatting to him on the stairs, and George Sansom went past from Granny's attic, and he said, "Are you booking him?" Well, I wasn't, but of course I was. But yeah. So he's coming on Thursday. So we'll be back on Thursdays. And after that, we've got Maddie Morris on the 19th. We've had her here before. Voice like having honey poured over your head. It's just absolutely gorgeous. It's like that. And then we've got George Sansom and Sophie Crawford. Now, they discovered, they sort of created this whole queer folk thing by getting an Arts Council grant and going into the library at Cecil Sharp House and looking to see if they could find any songs that had any queer element to it. And they thought they would find 3 or 4, and there were hundreds of them. And they're doing a workshop in the afternoon, which we also went to in Sheffield, and is absolutely hilarious. It's great, and it's got Georgia and Sophie singing as well. So what's not to love? If you want to know more about queer folk, come to the workshop in the afternoon. It's brilliant. It's possibly the rudest workshop I've ever been to in my entire life. It was glorious. It was just wonderful. So, thank you again to this lot. You've just been wonderful. Thank you. We've got more of it after a brief interlude. You people at home, you're free to go now. So, next week, please, Sam Baxter on Thursday, the 9th. My name's Morag Butler. This is Rosalind Court. We'll see you on the 9th. Thank you very much. Thank you.